Jason Delgado here with Randy Couture, former UFC heavyweight and light heavyweight champion, now movie star. His new movie is Angels Fallen, Warriors of Peace. Uh, so what about this movie drew you into this project, Randy?
Well, I mean, obviously, you get a name like Cuba Gooding Jr. attached to the film. I don't actually have any scenes with him, but he's still an actor that I've always admired and liked his work.
Yeah,
So to be associated with a guy like that in a film like that, that's a good thing.
yeah,
Obviously, the character is fun. I get to go beat up a bunch of Nazis, and you know, nothing wrong with that. Um, some fun scenes with William McNamara as well. He plays a bit of a psycho, which was a lot of fun. Supernatural thrillers are fun. You get to act and do things you would never do in real life. So, and that's what it's all about.
yeah, definitely. And as as I'm sure you know, movie fighting is very different from real life fighting. What was that learning curve like for you?
Yeah, well, I made a couple mistakes early on for sure. My very first feature film was Cradle of the Grave with Jet Li and DMX. And
Uh,
I had a fight scene with Jet Li, and I was supposed to throw a big right hand at him, and he's just going to dodge and get out of the way. Well, he didn't get out of the way. I ran him over. The director went nuts. I just ran over the star of his movie. And he's like, "Oh, you didn't wind up." And I said, "Of course I didn't wind up. I'm just glad I didn't punch him. I just ran him over." But unfortunately, that was a pretty steep learning curve figuring out the difference between throwing a real punch and trying to hit somebody in the face, and just know the line of the camera and make it look good for film. It's a lot different.
yeah, I bet. And speaking of that, in the movie, you have a great fight scene. You do this kind of flying Superman elbow in it. Have you ever done anything like that in one of your fights?
Uh, Superman punch for sure, but
Yeah.
not the Superman elbow. Although it has been done and it's a viable technique and a tactic, but I don't think I've ever executed it in a real fight.
Yeah. So your nickname, Captain America. How do you feel about that nickname?
It was right after 9/11. I had a sponsor called Advocare at the time, and they put me in a red, white, and blue tracksuit. And I came out in the MGM Grand to fight Pedro Hizzo the second time uh, for that fight, and I saluted the crowd. And Joe Rogan coined that. That's my hero. That's Captain America, and it's one of those nicknames that just kind of stuck. Of course, you're wearing the hat today, so. But yeah, I'm sure I've been called a lot worse things than that.
Yeah. No, it's a great thing to be called for sure, for sure. What are some of your favorite movies?
Well, I grew up with the action genre. Rambo was filmed in my home state, up in Washington, in Hope, Washington, not that far from where I actually grew up. I like the period pieces. Gladiator, amazing. You see a piece of history come to life before your eyes. Braveheart, a little bit of everything. Some fun, some action, some love, a little bit of everything. And those kinds of period pieces are films I really like or I enjoy watching. But I'm certainly a fan of the action genre. But, with years like these, I'm probably not going to get many, love story leading man roles. It's just the way it is. But hell, I'm willing to give it a try for sure.
That would be great. That would be great. I'm tomorrow. I'm heading off to San Diego Comic Con. Have you ever been to Comic Con before?
I have, yeah. I've been a few times. Obviously, we marketed a few of the Expendables through Comic Con, and
Yeah.
had a lot of the cast there for a couple of the Expendables. My first trip was with Round Five, the action figure company for the MMA characters that we built, and I was a minority owner of that company, and we got a booth and marketed our action figures there. We were kind of the first to market for MMA action figures. And then later, the UFC got involved with Jackson Pacific and some of those other companies. But it's a crazy world, man. I must have saw 9 Princess Leia's that first time at Comic Con.
Do you have any memorable fan interactions at Comic Con?
I think was Expendables 3. We were at Comic Con and got to hang out in the green room with Jackie Chan, and there was some
Oh,
talk that Jackie might be coming on board to join Jet Li or maybe replace Jet Li in the cast, and that never happened. Jet Li came back in 3, and but it was still fun to get to hang out with him. The fans are always amazing. The Q&As are always fun at Comic Con. Getting to sit up on a panel and get asked a bunch of questions about the filming process and what it's like to be with all those guys, all those crazy guys on one set. It was a blast.
that's amazing. I can only imagine Jackie Chan with you guys, man. uh, but do you have anything else to tell friends of Comic Con about this movie?
I hope everybody loves the supernatural fantasy and Angels Fallen. I think it's going to come out well. I haven't got a chance to watch it myself. I've seen some of my particular scenes in the movie, but that's about all. So I'm excited to see it from start to finish too. Looks like some great effects in it. It's an interesting story, and I think those kind of supernatural thrillers. That's why we're into the Marvel and DC worlds, because we kind of get to see those supernatural heroes come to life right before our eyes. So I think this movie will do a very similar thing. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's definitely a fun action movie. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, and you can watch it now on demand and on digital, available now. Yeah.
Well, I'm on my way to the ranch house for the rest of the week up here in Arizona. We're definitely going to watch that one this week.
Nice. Well, hey, it's been a true pleasure, Randy. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate you having me on. Sorry about the technical difficulties on the I-40 here, but we got it done.
Oh, yeah, got it done. That's all that matters.
Awesome, man.
All right. Thanks.
Have a great day, bud.